finalists. Let's give them a big round of applause. Well done, ladies. And now a video from Drew Brees.
Welcome everyone to the first ever Trust Your Crazy Ideas Challenge state competition. Trust Your Crazy Ideas Challenge is a partnership between the Breeze Dream Foundation and Junior Achievement, which aims to inspire high school students to dream big and, well, trust their crazy ideas. This year we welcome students from the JA offices in Baton Rouge and North Louisiana. For those of you here watching the pitches, get ready to be amazed because these students will impress you with both their ingenuity and creativity. These 4 teams have arrived at this moment ready to tell you about their concepts and how they plan to execute them. While they are selling you their ideas, remember, they are also presenting possibilities for their future, and this is the first brave step of any entrepreneur. And to the finalists, you may not know this, but in college, I never played football thinking this is going to be my career. I assumed at some point I'd use my degree and trust one of my crazy business ideas to try to turn it into a business. Luckily, the football thing has worked out okay. And congratulations, you have trusted your crazy ideas and have put in many, many hours to make it to this point of the competition, and for that, you should be very proud. One of you will leave here today with the title of the Trust Your Crazy Ideas Challenge winner, but I congratulate all of you. You have each proven your determination, you've grown in confidence, and you've met the task set in front of you, and you are truly the future of Louisiana. Congratulations.
Good afternoon, everyone. How are we? Doing well on this Friday? My name is Mike Haas. I'm going to be your MC for the afternoon, kind of run you through the introduction of the judges, introduction of our fabulous teams. In 2013, Junior Achievement brought a student entrepreneur competition to the New Orleans Entrepreneur Week called the Junior Idea. The program teams, as you just saw, with the Drew Brees Foundation. So they contacted JA and said, let's partner to bring entrepreneurship to the high school students in the community. And in September 2014, the Trust Your Ideas Challenge was announced, and in just 6 months' time, entrepreneurs were born. The challenge's goal is to promote an entrepreneurial ecosystem within our young people to support the next generation of entrepreneurs to ensure that New Orleans remains the coolest startup city in America, and it truly is right now. It uses Junior Achievement's Be Entrepreneurial curriculum, where teens learn how to create a business plan, and 121 student teams throughout the greater New Orleans area submitted their applications. 20 teams were selected. Those teams participated in an 8-week JA Idea Accelerator workshop, driving deeper into those business concepts, and they honed the art of the pitch. The teams then pitched to a panel of judges. The winner was announced at last Friday's New Orleans Pelicans game. So why are we here? Because it's bigger. The JA this year offered offices from Baton Rouge and Shreveport. Well, they've joined the challenge as well. Just like the New Orleans area students participated in JA and Be Entrepreneurial and work with mentors, also honing their pitches. Each office is being represented by their local Trust Your Crazy Ideas Challenge winner today. The 4th finalist was chosen over the weekend in a wild card contest, and you don't want to know about that. Whew. You say Baby Cakes was involved, it wasn't pretty. So we have a phenomenal panel of judges that are here this afternoon, and each of these judges will be listening to the pitches for creativity, sustainability, and well-thought-out business plans. They'll also each take a few moments after each pitch to ask the teams questions. Ladies and gentlemen, your judges for this afternoon. Our 4 finalists that you'll hear from, more than 4 people, but 4 finalists come from Mount Carmel Academy here in New Orleans, St. Joseph's Academy in Baton Rouge, Southwood High School in Shreveport, and Lusher Charter School here in New Orleans as well. So the business idea you'll hear about today all started with crazy ideas. So why not take this crazy idea and enter the Trust Your Crazy Ideas Challenge? And for these 8 student entrepreneurs, they turn out their crazy idea, and it turns out, you know what? It was a fantastic idea. Today's teams include Effortless Activewear, Hype Fitness, Metamac, and Moshi. You're going to hear a 5-minute pitch from each of our 4 teams today, followed by a Q&A from our judges. Each of the teams have already won up to $5,000 in continuing education funds, along with other local prizes. Their schools also receive $2,500 for supporting the challenge. The Trust Your Crazy Ideas Challenge state winner will receive $10,000 in continuing education funds, and their school will receive $5,000 to go towards financial literacy programs. The other finalists will receive $2,500 in continuing education funds, and their schools will also receive $2,500 as well. That is $30,000 in prizes for today's winners, thanks in part to our friends at the Breeze Dream Foundation. Let's hear from our student entrepreneurs. Please welcome to the stage this afternoon Isabel Caballero and Madeline Erickson from Mount Carmel Academy. Ladies.
Hey girl, great workout today. I know I stink, I gotta take a shower. Okay, call you back. Oh my god, this always happens to me.
Has this ever happened to you? Don't worry, we've all been there.
You know what you need? You need the Elen Bra by Effortless Activewear.
Oh my god, this is so cool, I'm gonna go try it on.
The Elen Bra has a clasp system that latches underneath each arm.
So you'll never get stuck in those type of situations again.
Wow, that was so comfortable and convenient.
Hi, my name's Isabel, and this is Madeline, and we represent Effortless Activewear. One day it became very obvious to us that a drastic change in sports bra design was needed.
After coming home from school one day, Isabel and I noticed that my mom had a cut on her forehead. She embarrassingly told us that she had cut herself while trying to take off her tight sports bra after working out. That day, she put us on a mission to reinvent the sports bra.
Surprisingly, issues like that of Miss Elen are very common. In a survey of 1,300 women, 75% of them experience issues with their sports bra, especially in regards to chafing and the overall fit.
So we started thinking, what other sports bras are there? The first one we could think of was the back clasp sports bra. But with this sports bra, you lose the traditional racer back design and all the back support that offers. The second sports bra that we could think of was the front zipper bra. But these zipper bras have troubles in that they're hard to put on and can frequently unzip during your workout. So that's where our product comes in. The Elen Bra is built for convenience and comfort. It features unique side clasps that will latch underneath each arm. Let's take a closer look.
This bra provides the 4-prong expansion clasp that you find on the back of traditional bras, but will be placed underneath each arm to allow for the most comfortable and convenient experience when putting on and taking off a sports bra. It's so easy to do, in fact, that even a boy can do it.
There are 150 million women in the United States alone, all who could benefit from the Elen Bra, especially women who face special challenges like joint pains, surgery recovery, even breastfeeding, or even your overall active woman.
So let's get down to business. We plan to start off Effortless Activewear as a small online business where we will manufacture the product ourselves and sell it directly to the customer. We intend to hire individual experienced seamstresses who will work for us on a pay-by-produce basis, meaning for every bra that they produce, they'll be paid.
In terms of promoting our product, we plan to use resources such as Facebook, Google advertising, social media influencers, bloggers. Really, our options are endless. In the future, we plan to license our product to major sports companies like Nike or Adidas. Here's a look at our website.
The sports bra industry alone accounts for the $2.5 billion of the $19.5 billion activewear industry today, and it just keeps growing. So, men, don't feel uncomfortable by the fact that you probably won't use this product, because if you make the proper investment, I can still guarantee you a return. Let me show you why. We estimate each bra to cost about $8 in raw materials to produce with a $4 cost of labor. That's a $12 unit cost. We will sell each bra for the affordable price of $29.99, and if you go ahead and subtract your $12 unit cost, you have yourself a 150% profit. So, what do we need? Today we're asking you for a $50,000 investment to cover the cost of things such as product development, website and e-commerce expenses, influencers, patenting, and legal fees. It'll be distributed as you can see on this graph.
As women, Isabel and I know firsthand the need for our product. There is no other sports bra on the market with our new and innovative features at this affordable price.
Due to its large potential market, this product will fit in perfectly with the constantly changing and fast-paced clothing industry of today. The day Miss Alen cut her forehead was the beginning of a whole new future for effortless activewear.
So, thanks to the Alen Bra by Effortless Activewear, all women who struggle with traditional sports bras now have a comfortable
And convenient.
alternative.
Thank you.
My wife and I play a lot of volleyball, so I'm very familiar with this particular garment. One question I have, I noticed it's got the side clasp, but that still means you're struggling it over your head.
No,
When
so
you've tried that on, how does that really work?
you don't put it over your head. There'd be on both sides under the arm.
We're obviously not experienced seamstresses. We had a little difficulty in executing that side, so we decided to do one side featuring clasp, and the other side shows what a regular sports bra looks like. So, in our perfect world, it would have both sides, and you just put it over your head, kind of like an apron, and then clasp each side.
Got it.
You talked about in your presentation that size is an issue, and so if you're going to start selling online, how will women know what size to get?
So we anticipate for each bra to kind of work like cups, like on a traditional bra, but not have that traditional bra feel, if you understand. You know those bras, you know what I mean? So it'd be kind of like that.
Sure do. Bet the rest of the guys up here don't.
Right, so basically you kind of look at the size of the cup and, you know, the 34, 32 width would hopefully match the size of the body of the person ordering the bra.
Thank you.
And put two things together. It stems from your cost retail model that you have on screen and the expectation that we as judges will invest up to $50,000 in your business. If I captured what you said correctly about where you would spend the money, good places to spend the money. I'm concerned, however, about your retail cost model and whether or not your costs are fully loaded to capture what may come down the pike a little sooner than later. And additionally, what rate of reinvestment would you anticipate you would need? Does $50,000 in your mind truly represent the totality of what you would need for the business, or would you like $100,000?
We were limited in this competition to asking for 50, so we tried to make that number work.
In a perfect world, more would definitely be better, but we definitely max what we could ask for because, like you are saying, we want to max our full potential with this product.
So currently we are in patent processing, so we would like to obviously get that.
Further that patent and get it
And
total to
hopefully-
the utility patent.
So the question has to do, it's maybe a follow-up, would be having to do with that particular industry is evolving rapidly. I mean, when you see Under Armour jumping in with competing against Nike and those kind of things, and it seems to me like, the Kevin Planks of the world, who's CEO of Under Armour, the biggest part of their expenses is the R&D part. Have you thought about that? Like, what's going to be the next product after that, and the next product after that, and the next product? How do you continue to evolve the material in the science part of that to make sure that you're relevant to your customers?
As we start our company, we were definitely going to take the feedback that we get and constantly perfect our product. In terms of maybe adding more clothing to our line, that's something that we are open to the possibility of, but first we're going to focus on our main product and then as the future comes.
And if we did that, we would definitely stay true to our effortless activewear theme that we have going on, in the sense that this is supposed to be an effortless product, so we'd like to keep that motto with our company.
Okay.
So have you guys tried and worn this and played basketball, volleyball, whatever?
So since it is a rough prototype, we have put it on with the one side that it has, and if you pull on it, it doesn't come off. There would be a fabric on it, so you wouldn't have that clasp rubbing on you.
That's kind of what I was wondering about.
Yeah, so there would be a fabric covering that, so it'd make it all level, and then it does work. I mean, we pulled on it. We definitely thought of what you're thinking of.
Have you thought about what your break-even number of bras that need to be sold to just get back what you put in?
We had that number down at one point. Not gonna lie, we would have to talk about that, definitely.
One last quick question for me. Talk to me, if you can, briefly about how are you going to focus on quality control and the assurances that you're going to be continually putting out a great product to standard?
Being an online business, we would definitely have a review page, and as she had said earlier, definitely take the feedback that we get.
But also, as the seamstresses make the bras, we will hire them personally, and then for the time being, we will be quality control. So before they are sent to the customer, we will make sure that they look good, they look secure, and if you have a problem, go back to that seamstress or even hire someone else.
And being that we did invent the product, we could overall hopefully fix it if anything was wrong. And as the sales go up, then we would hire someone who knows the bra, 100%, and they would then run quality control.
Thank you, ladies. Well done. Isabel Cavallero and Madeline Erickson from Mount Carmel Academy. Next is going to be Hype Fitness. Mayan Solomon, Megan Welsh, Emily Harris, and Chandler Hendrick are here. Ladies, the floor is yours.
Okay, I'm Emily.
I'm Megan.
I'm Chandler.
And I'm Mayana, and we're from St. Joseph's Academy in Baton Rouge.
Prepare to get hyped because
HYPE is where you wanna be.
Leg out.
So, what's the problem? Well, did you know Louisiana is ranked #1 in obesity, especially in teens because they aren't getting the proper amount of exercise?
Why is that? Well, according to our survey, teens don't want to go to gyms after school because they are intimidated by the adults and unfamiliar workout equipment.
So how are we gonna fix this? With Hype Fitness, a workout facility exclusive to high school students. Hype stands for Health, Youth, Performance, Energy. And those are the 4 pillars of our company which set us apart from all competition.
H, health. Our main goal is to teach healthy lifestyles to help combat obesity. We will do this by offering a Workout 101 class, a nutrition class, and a CPR class. But who does this benefit?
Why? The youth. Our target market is high school students, ages 14 to 18, that are looking for a fun, comfortable, and re-energizing facility where they can work out and socialize at after school. So how do we give them that?
With P, performance. We offer non-traditional and innovative workout equipment and classes which are tailored to our target market. These include intramural sports, dance, and yoga classes. For a competitive advantage, we also include bungee classes, silk classes, and a rock wall. Hype is the first gym to offer everything that teens want and need.
So don't just take our word for it. Come inside and see for yourself. Using SketchUp, we created a 3D model as well as a virtual model of our gym. As you can see, we offer 2 sides of workout areas, one pink for the girls and one for the boys, that have one-way glass walls to ensure that our members are comfortable and focused throughout their entire workout. In addition, we also have designated areas for our classes, intramural sports, and rock wall activities. But after using all of this, what will our members need?
E, energy, which is why we provide an on-site smoothie bar. We want to re-energize teens in and out of our gym, and our energy-boosting smoothies are the perfect way to do that. Here's a sample of our Go Bananas smoothie. With a great workout and a delicious smoothie, teens are rejuvenated and ready to tackle their homework and prepare for school the next day.
But Hype is more than a workout facility. It's a positive, welcoming community where long-lasting relationships are formed. Building the smoothie bar into a circle and having group-oriented competition nights are just a couple of ways we keep the conversation going.
Since social media is the obvious way to reach our target market, we will buy promotional ads from the major social media companies such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. In addition, we will also be traveling to local high schools around our area, informing students about Hype Fitness and all the amazing things we offer.
So the big question here is, how are we even going to pay for this? Our startup cost is $130,000. We will receive $30,000 from a conventional small business bank loan. And as for the other $100,000, we are offering 40% of Hype Fitness LLC to investors. We will receive 20 investors who will invest $5,000 each for 2% of Hype Fitness. Hype Fitness is a great investment, and you don't want to miss out.
Since we are teens, we understand exactly what teens want. A place that is comfortable, fun, and re-energizing. All things that Hype offers.
So remember, H,
Y,
P,
E is where you want to be.
Will you all own the real estate and the buildings, or are you going to rent, lease, whatever?
So we actually have a building already that we will lease out instead of owning a building.
Why are you guys looking for 20 investors at $5,000 instead of one investor for 100 or two for 50?
Because we feel like Hype is such a great investment that we want to get as many people involved as possible. With teens becoming the up-and-coming takeovers of the world, we want to instead give just one person the opportunity to experience the greatness that is Hype, that we give it to 20 or more to just experience it all together.
A question. I clearly heard you when you articulated what you believe your differentiating factor is. There's something called barrier to entry that you need to be very familiar with, and maybe you have already. What's going to keep someone who's been in this game longer than you all, who has the efficiencies of scale like a Bally's or a CrossFit, just come out with a youth-centered division and do everything that you're doing right now? Where are you truly differentiated and the best in the world at what you do that keeps other people from doing it?
Do you want me to take this one again? Or you got it?
Okay, well, our main focus is our teenagers, where they have to focus on the adults and then their youth division. Our whole operation is focused towards our teenagers.
And also ours, like our corporation, gives teens the independence and the responsibility of dealing with it on their own, where Bally's and other places like that usually would go through an adult or their parents because you have to go through the adult membership. And so this kind of gives teens an opportunity through their schools to do something on their own and to be independent and feel more comfortable in it.
So two comments and a question. My first comment is, and I've said this to a lot of young entrepreneurs, it's all fun and games until you're signing personal guarantees, which if you do a bank loan thing, you'll understand what I'm talking about. But secondly, someday, pretty soon, faster than you imagine, you won't be teenagers. How will you maintain the competitive advantage of teenagers when you're no longer teenagers?
One of our main ideas with this, well, first of all, one of the great ways to get people to come is to see like that we are teens, so we know what they want. So that's why we started this off, so they know teenagers that know the problem have done the solution and fixed it. And then in the future, we also had the idea of partnering with other gyms that are local, like Iron Tribe Fitness in Baton Rouge that just opened. So like once you're a member of our gym and you graduate high school and you go on to college or become an adult, you can then go on to that other gym.
No, what I mean is you four and your army of colleagues over here.
Look at us.
Someday, sooner than you think, you won't be teenagers.
Yes.
So the competitive advantage you're talking about will disappear because the 10-year-olds today will be teenagers in 3 years.
Well, we are teenagers right now, so we understand the problem. And I think once we get older, how Megan was saying, we've already establish a solution. So we will keep promoting it through teenagers and hiring teenagers to work at the gym and keep the promotion up through schools and just keep bringing in more teenagers like of the new millennials.
Since your target is teenagers, what's the cost of membership?
Okay, so we took a survey with schools around Baton Rouge, and with the consideration of their parents' checkbooks, they were willing to pay $50 a month for their membership, and then non-members actually do have an opportunity as well, and they can pay $10 per class.
Thank you.
Not a problem.
So my question has to do with not the product, but the journey. It seems like all of you are extremely passionate about your service. Was there ever a time in this course of this experience where you disagreed, and how did you resolve it?
Look at how we get along. I don't think we've ever disagreed on hype, in all honesty. But I mean, in the not our perfect world, I'm sure there would be disagreements. And then with it being such a big company and us being such a big group, because us four up here didn't do it alone, I promise. And with us being such a big group, it just means a lot that we could actually all come together and not have any difficulties. Thanks.
Well done. Thank you very much. Please welcome to the stage Medimac founder and CEO Julia Chertilova. She's from Southwood High School. Julia is an exchange student from Moldova. Say your last name for me.
Chertilova.
See, she says it way better than me, so it's like, the floor is yours.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Julia Chertilova, and I'm an exchange student from Moldova, which is in Eastern Europe. I'm enjoying my time in America, but once I was sick, and the worst thing for me was waiting for my medication in a long line at the pharmacy. So this gave me an idea. What if there were a more convenient and fast way for the customer to get medication? So here are the problems I have seen. Besides waiting in long lines, there is also no access to prescriptions when the pharmacy is closed. And if it stayed open, there would be increased labor costs. There are some pharmacies that remain open 24 hours a day, but however, there are only 3 such pharmacies in our Shreveport and Bossier area for the population more than 250,000 people. So here's my solution. It's a fact where you need it, when you need it. Medimac. It's a special type of secure vending machine that can dispense prescription drugs and also work like a will call or locker. Medimac will save something that you can never buy with money, your time, and it has 24-hour access for 7 days a week. There will be no increased labor costs and loyal customers will be satisfied. So here's the commercial.
Are you tired of standing in a long line at the pharmacy, of not getting your medications when it is closed, or those times when you just want your medicine and to go home? The solution, Medimac. Medimac is a vending safe that holds your drugs so you can obtain them whenever you want. The pharmacist still does his job dispensing your prescription, but then places your medication in Medimac. To receive your medications, you go to the well-lit, secure area of your local Walmart or other 24/7 stores where the pharmacy may not be open. You scan your ID, type in your secure code, place your thumb on the finger scanner. If you need to talk to a pharmacist or the pharmacist needs to speak to you, they will appear on a screen from a central location. You can use Medimac 24 hours a day, every day. Our purpose is to make your life easier. Medimac, coming soon to major stores near you. For more information about Medimac, call 888-888-8888 or visit medimac.com.
In addition, Medimac comes with a closed-circuit television that can provide the directions and also work like advertising. Machine works in 2 parts. The first part is pharmaceutical dispensary that will fill the machine, the prescription. It will have a select number of medication. So once it's approved by pharmacy service, a patient will be allowed to receive his medication. The second part, will call or locker, was explained in the commercial. So my primary target market is pharmaceutical, independent pharmacy, major pharmacy chains, and also physician dispensing. The secondary is pharmaceutical consumers. Medimac would address the customers' needs who until now were overlooked. With Medimac's special program translation, non-English speaking customers will be able to choose any language they need. That was something I really needed. An interesting fact that 85% of those people who go to the pharmacy every day are on life-sustaining medication. So, Medimac will help save them more time to spend with their family and friends. Medimac is a fresh and new idea, and it has patent pending. We can be at the cutting edge of the technology of pharmaceutical distribution of medications, but still there is some competition, like Instimeds from Minnesota or Medivel from Canada. Also some other companies from America and throughout the world. But still, through greater investment, market domination can easily be achieved. Medimac is my idea, and my competitive drive pushed me to do all the research and ask for the help of my mentors and JA team. There are three parts of my business plan. The first is Medimac will be given for the pharmacy free to use with internet connection and electricity provided. 10% Medimac will have from every sold prescription through the machine with $10 per prescription. Also will be free advertising on the unit. Medimac will be placed with 20 units throughout our area. After I consulted Walmart pharmacies and pharmaceutical distribution company, I estimated that Medimac units will gross $1.6 million for this startup. One unit will be $6,000. Also, one technician should be hired, and advertising budget will be needed. With all this cost, total profit will be more than $1.3 million for this startup. One of my future plans that already been achieved is I filed for my provisional patent. I also would like to increase client base and donate to children medical charities. My Medimac will be placed within highest proximity of the pharmacies and also targeted advertising. Here's what I'm looking for from the investor. $200,000 with 10% equity. And I would like to know, if you will invest in my business, how will you help me grow up this idea? And in conclusion, why Medimac? Let this picture speak for itself. And remember, it's a fact. Where you need it, when you need it. Medimac. Thank you for your attention and your time.
That was terrific, thank you. Walmart sells prescriptions, obviously. So if you're set up in their store, would they view you as competition? And why would they allow you to do that?
Actually, when I was talking to the pharmacist from Walmart, originally he said that this idea will not work because originally the idea was without any pharmacist on the call or something like that. So he said that Louisiana has one of the strictest rules that not allow machine to dispense this medication, because original idea was just a vending machine that can dispense prescription. So, and he said, like, why do you think these companies that in California and Minnesota, we don't have them here? And he said this is like special rules from Louisiana. So he said that if I will try to avoid or like follow the rule and still have the opportunity with pharmacists somehow, and I came up with this idea that the pharmacist should be on the call and like that.
You've married a few interesting components. There's the service component, there's the time component, and there's the technology piece. I'm trying to see what piece of all that you put together is truly non-duplicatable by a competitor, what's truly patentable. Could you kind of walk me through briefly what you feel?
Sure. So all these machines that I searched for, they have, like my machine that has both sides. As I mentioned, is pharmaceutical dispensary that will really dispense drugs with the pharmacist on the call. And the other one, if, for example, you don't have time to go to the pharmacy, you just call him and he put your medication in the machine and you can just take them. So my machine, the only one who includes both sides. Because competitors, they have only, or this one, either this one.
One quick question on, in terms to kind of marry off of what these two folks have said. So in a competitive environment where you have some 24-hour pharmacies and things like that in more major metros, do you see this as something that exists primarily in rural places or less smaller cities where there may be not 24-hour pharmacies, or do you think it competes with 24-hour pharmacies as well?
How this machine will compete with the 24-hour pharmacies?
Yeah, in other words, can it survive in a larger city? So in New Orleans, there are several 24-hour pharmacies.
Okay.
But in a smaller city, it doesn't make sense, so there may not be 24-hour pharmacies. So I think that's what you're saying the competitive advantage is. And so what I'm asking is, do you see it as a play that only works in smaller cities, or can it compete in major metros also?
It also can compete in the big cities because these machine can be like, okay, like if pharmacy is like staying right here, this machine can be somewhere near it. So if the pharmacist can put the medication in it and avoiding this long line, you can just go and take them, so it will like save more time. As I asked different customers, they said that this will be like a great idea. Some of them were like from big cities, and they said like for big cities it will also be like a very good benefit. It will just avoid long lines basically for big cities, but I think it mostly will work better for small areas.
So let me ask a question. I have a question about following up on the competitive advantage. It seems like what you're selling is time. That's ultimately what problem you're trying to solve, that companies that do a great job solve somebody's problem. And are you competing against pharmacies, or are you competing against like other distribution services like the Amazons of the world and all that, who are trying to find it quicker, faster, better? So who would you say in the long run would be a competitor in this? Is it just pharmacies that can stay open all night, or is it other distribution services that are trying to work on this round the clock?
I think it's other distribution services, because basically this machine will be beneficial for pharmacies. Because like, if you're the owner of the pharmacy and your customers are happy, like your business will be better. Because if they will know that like, hey, I can go to your pharmacy and pick up my prescription from your machine, why do I need like to call Amazon or something like that? Right. Okay. Competitive advantage, this machine will be really good for independent pharmacies, because when we are talking about independent pharmacies, it's like small pharmacies that just selling the medications. And when I was talking to this, like the owner of this company, he said that this machine will be very beneficial, because these pharmacies always close at 7 or 6. So this machine will like stay longer, and customers can get medication. And also during Sunday, because most of these pharmacies are closed. If we are talking about major pharmacy chains like Walgreens or Walmart, I found interesting fact during my research that they make only 4% of their profit on medication. If you pay attention when you go to the Walgreens, usually pharmacy is like somewhere here, so you should go through all these cookies and candy bar. You remember that, oh my gosh, I forgot, I need some water, I need something else. So you spend 96% for all these things and only 4% for basically medication. That's why they have lines, that's why they have all these things. So.
Very nice. Thank you very much.
Oh, thanks so much.
Moshi is the indispensable addition to any language learner's studies. Moshi connects language learners with native speakers around the world to help students improve their pronunciation and their conversation skills. Please welcome Moshi founder. She is Kelly Yu from Lusher Charter School right here in New Orleans.
Hey, there's this app where we can talk to a fluent French speaker to practice. It's called Moshi, and it's free, and basically you can talk to anyone in the world, but it's safe.
So, in the world we live in today, foreign language has become so incredibly important. Economic development, cultural unity, national security. This is the reason why high school students are required to take at least 2 years of a foreign language. But here's the problem. Languages are being learned in classrooms. Students are memorizing vocabulary and grammar from textbooks, when studies show that when they leave school, they're not retaining the information they learned. In fact, as a bilinguist, I can attest to the fact that the 2 sure ways to become proficient in a foreign language is 1, spending time in the country of that native language, or 2, conversing on a daily basis with a native fluent speaker. But in the bustling, wide world that we live in, how do we find these native speakers? My name is Kelly Yu, and I'm here to tell you about Moshi. Moshi is a free language exchange app that will completely transform the way we become fluent in a foreign language. And here is how it works. So let's say you're learning French and you want to be able to find a French speaker to either practice your accent or learn slang or culture that you would never be able to find in a textbook. Now, halfway across the world, a French speaker wants to do the same thing, but with English. Moshi will allow these two people to connect with each other, build a profile, and then be able to talk, text, message, or face call in real time. So actually now at this time, I would like to pass out a few prototypes of the app so you can get a feel for the rough interface. So currently on the market, we have two competitors, HelloTalk and Tandem, both which are language exchange apps. But the problem with them is that none of these apps have any type of safety filtration, meaning that as a parent who would like your child to use an app like this, would you be comfortable with the fact that any stranger on the internet can contact your child under the false pretenses of talking about a language? I didn't think so. So our competitive advantage is that we will be a completely safe app to use. Now, upon making an account, users will have to undergo a custom-tailored quiz, filling in their name, date of birth, gender, and so forth. Then another step of verification will also be needed, like uploading a photo of a driver's license or a student ID. Then using a highly developed algorithm similar to the one used by Facebook, the only available users that you can match with will be people who fall under the same categories. So our target market will be towards high school language students, self-taught language individuals, and also classrooms, because we want to become the very first language app to integrate a pen pal system in classrooms, connecting classrooms in 2 different countries. And now, how do we spread the word? So the advantages of being a small startup is, of course, non-scalable marketing, meaning that unlike big companies like Facebook or Duolingo, our team can afford to spread the word through simple ways like visiting local language classrooms and inviting students there to become the very first ones to use our app. Then when we officially launch, there will already be existing users for you to match with. Also nowadays, social media has become an incredibly powerful way to market a product or an idea, and I intend to use this to the fullest. Oftentimes, YouTube content creators are sponsored by a company to promote a product to their audience. And by using most of our marketing budget on these language YouTube content creators, we'll be able to reach an audience of over 50,000 in just one video, or granted, depending on the amount of their following. And here's the thing. Unlike TV or magazine viewers, these content creators have built up a strong and loyal following of people who trust and value what is promoted to them. So the total estimated cost to produce Moshi will be around $225,000. This includes $200,000 to actually develop the app, which we plan on outsourcing to a contract company to develop the app. And also the rest of the cost will include monthly marketing budgets, in-house staff salaries, and miscellaneous. And our business model. So Moshi will be a free app on the App Store with generated ad revenue, but we will also come with a premium subscription service, meaning that for a small fee of $5 a month, users can pay to get rid of ads and get access to more premium services like unlimited talking time and unlimited language partners. And here you'll see that we actually have a third subscription service, which will be to classrooms. This is something we plan on developing in the future because we, again, like said before, we want to become the very first app to integrate a pen pal system into classrooms, something actually none of our competitors have yet to do or have expressed interest in doing. Moshi has the potential to become so much. And as investors, rest assured that the market of languages is increasing by the years. So take international countries, for example. I know in China, parents shell out hundreds of thousands of dollars yearly for English tutors who actually aren't even native speakers. So with Moshi, you'll be able to be proficient in a language from the comfort of your own home. So help me create the next generation of bilinguists, trilinguists, ambassadors, and diplomats. With your help, we can transform not just the way languages are learned, but the way they're learned fluently. Thank you very much.
obviously this is kind of in my sort of space of these sorts of things, and I like this a lot. But let me ask you a really important question. I think I'll illustrate it by demonstrating that, you know, I was born in Brooklyn, you know, and I speak like I was, you know, in Brooklyn, and I do my thing, blah, 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 right? How do you know that the speaker that you're hooking people up with is an actually proficient English speaker and not somebody with a very strong regional accent of some sort?
So actually, making an account, there can also be a language proficient quiz. So they can actually get tested to see if they're actually proficient in the language. And it won't be a hard test. It'll be just to make sure that you know what you're talking about. And if you say you know French, you'll be tested, and on your account, it'll be written that you were.
I might know French, but so I do a lot of work in Haiti, and the Haitians know the difference between Creole and French, and they're very, very different. But the written language that you'd see in an app like this, they would pass the French quiz pretty easily, but if you were a French speaker, you would have trouble understanding them.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about, is the accents.
Right, so we would break it down into different categories. So it's upon the individual user who wants to learn Haitian French to be searching for a Haitian speaker instead of a French speaker. So it would come down to the user.
For the language speaker who's contracted, this is sort of kind of like an independent contractor kind of vibe. Are you funding those individuals for their time and investment of their time to help your students? And if so, what's that model, how much?
Okay, so it's actually not going to be a tutor-student system, it's a language exchange, meaning that both parties are getting something out of it. So the English speaker is getting help in the language they're learning, and the native speaker will be getting help in English, so it's a two-sided thing. They'll be helping each other. Yeah, it's a messaging app, but with languages.
You said that you would have to present a driver's license picture, et cetera. The CEO of Yahoo was just fired because of a breach.
Yeah.
Are you concerned about, and how will you protect against security breaches?
Of course, the danger of anything that regards data is that it is hackable. The most strongest, everything is hackable. But when we outsource our work to app developers, I believe the thing is industry standard encryption system. It's written in the data, the code, that there will be security measures taken in protecting the data. So there is a risk, but like everything, there will always be a risk.
You showed that you could have voice messaging or voice services. So how are you going to integrate that into your app in a way that doesn't charge international calling fees or mess up people's cell data?
It will be over Wi-Fi or cellular data. I don't know if you're familiar with WhatsApp messaging. You can also call internationally, and it'll be over Wi-Fi. So any charges that will come with it will be from the user who uses it with their cellular data.
Online learning is such a big thing, and there's so much discussion about safety. Have you tested your model with some of the compliance requirements that governments have implemented to try to protect young people?
Right, so the main thing, Hello Talk is a language exchange app that I have personally used. No security measures. It's turned into a dating site. I think the biggest concern parents have is that there's no filtration. So without testing, I think it goes to concerns against catfishing or inappropriate messaging. With our app, with our safety filtration system, there will be something in place to prevent these things from happening.
On your financial model you put up, you have a pretty heavy load dedicated to salaries.
Right.
And if I did my math right, your initial cost is almost roughly 10%. That's pretty big. Where do you see that leveraging down, getting smaller as you scale up and earn more? Or do you believe that initial investment in human resources or human capital will be something that you have to scale up and keep at the same percentage?
Right. So because now we're just focusing on raising capital, those numbers are going to change. Because we plan on outsourcing our work to contracting companies, the price of that will be salary costs will be included in that. The $20,000 I believe I have there could be an annual salary to myself as a CEO. So you would be investing in the minimum cost that I would need as my own salary.
So from a quality control standpoint, do you, I might have missed it in your presentation, If I'm talking to you and let's say you're a French speaker and I'm an English speaker and we're exchanging, are we rating each other a la Uber or any other two-sided market? How am I determining that, I really didn't get what I needed out of you, or I thought you were great, or whatever?
Are you asking how?
How do you rate? Do you rate each other, or do you not rate each other, or like, how does it mix and match exchanges?
Yeah, a rating system can definitely be implemented. Again, because this whole thing is centralized around the user itself. So it's what the user is looking for. And our algorithm only matches you with the people in your similar age and gender categories, but in the end, it's up to the user to decide if they want to keep exchanging this thing with the other user. And if they do not like the person that they're talking to, they can always change.
Thank you very much. Well done. Bonjour. Très bien, très bien. One more big round of applause for all of our finalists today. Again, great job, great ideas. The judges have a very tough task ahead of them, but they will now take their score sheets to the auditors, and we will announce the winner very shortly. So sit tight as the scores are being tallied. I would like to turn your attention to the screen for some special messages from some of the past Trust Your Crazy Ideas Challenge participants.
Hey guys, I'm Kiana Cave, and I'm an alumna of the Trust Your Crazy Ideas Challenge. So I'm currently a freshman studying chemical engineering at the University of Michigan, and it wasn't too long ago that I was in your shoes. It was literally last year, so I'm not that old. So I started the Trust Your Crazy Ideas Challenge when I was a freshman in high school at Lusher Charter School in New Orleans, and that was the year that we actually won. So I was very inspired after that to continue entrepreneurship and to pursue my own startups. And so, I would come up with crazy ideas, enter them in the competitions, and, really just try our hardest to see, what we could come up with. So the Trust Your Crazy Ideas Challenge has definitely taught me the fundamentals about entrepreneurship, and it's given me the confidence to pursue ventures outside of school. So now, recently, I was just honored in the Forbes 30 Under 30 in the energy category, and that was for raising $1.2 million from Chevron to fund my lab here at Michigan. So my lab actually invents molecules, basically to make the world a better place is how I can put it. And I hope to scale that lab eventually. And yeah, so the Trust Your Crazy Ideas Challenge was really fundamental in my development as an entrepreneur. So I wish you guys the best of luck, and remember that no matter what happens, the results from the competition don't define who you are as an entrepreneur. Just remember to keep pushing. Good luck!
We do want to thank everybody for coming, of course. Thank everybody that's here. We want to recognize all the entrepreneurs, business leaders from the community who have served as challenge mentors. These people have helped our students along the way for this venture, providing the teams and lessons and endeavors. We also, of course, want to thank Breeze Dream Foundation, its co-chairs Brittany and Drew. In fact, they've been supporting and cheering from the sidelines for a long time. So the judges have returned. So will the JA presidents please join me on stage to help me announce the winners? The winner of the big check. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the 2017 Junior Achievement Breeze Dream Foundation goes to Moshi. Kelly Yu. Well done. Well done, all of them, everybody. Well done, Kelly. Well done to all the teams. Seriously, go with the idea. Don't ever stop. Don't ever anybody tell you no. You understand that? There's no no. Just keep doing it. Keep pushing. You'll get what you want. You'll get what you need. We do thank the fact that North Louisiana and New Orleans and Baton Rouge are all together on this project. I want to thank, of course, Junior Achievement. Thank you to the judges. Great job. It was not easy. Thank you very much. Congratulations to, again, all of our students and all of our contestants for all of your crazy, cool ideas. You all have bright futures ahead. You couldn't be more proud. I can't wait till you all work for Hoss Communications sometime. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for coming. Have a great time. We'll see you in 2018.
Events like this, what Junior Achievement is doing, is so incredibly important. I think it's a great way for people to get to know each other, to network, to just open their minds to different ideas out there. It's been an incredible learning process, and without this event, I wouldn't have met the people that I've met today.